How are you? Alright. Tough gig. Yeah.
You can film Raiders being Sam. We're launched from over.
Yeah.
Raiders stuff and see the team
Good.
come out.
Yeah, we've new guys. Gone well so far. Great day.
What have you done?
First game for the reserves. I know, isn't it? A bit rusty and a little bit unfit, but as he goes on, that's going to be fun. I mean, of course. Yeah, no.
Just break it up a bit.
26-17. And someone to hold it for you. Get ready. I don't know. Who's going to come first? Wait. Who's going? 30.
And welcome back. to our first division match between the Burnie Emus and the Taroona Penguins. It's the battle of the flightless birds out here today. We haven't brought the winter weather, so it may be more of an advantage to the Emus today, but here they go, led by their new captain, Richie Topoata, in the number 8. See the team there, quite a few new names there from last year, so Burnie picked up plenty of new players. Great to see them with numbers. And here comes the Taroona team, led out by Captain Sam Lowe. And plenty of familiar names there, again with a few new ones. Number 7 there, Finney Taue from Taroona. Most recently, a Burnie player has moved down to Hobart and joined the Penguins. So it'll be great to see him out there running against his old teammates. And just in the lead up, have a moment's silence here. Our good friend Nick Robertson's wife Kate died during the week. So we'll just spare a thought for Kate and the Robertsons. So Taroona will be running from right to left, Burnie left to right. If you weren't able to catch our reserve grade game of the day between these same two clubs, Taroona came out victorious 26-17, a close fought battle. Taroona sort of dominated the first half and were able to put on 21 points to 7, and that was enough to keep their nose in front towards the end of the second half. Burnie with the kickoff. In the hands of, might be Foliaki. And ball falls to Andreessen, who's taken in a good tackle with a good chase there. Finney Tower coming way in on the side there, but very lucky. So hands in the ruck. And Edward Solder, believed to be the oldest player on the Taroona side now, kicking this ball for touch. And finds it safely. Taroona will have the opportunity to throw the line out in an attacking position. Waiting for someone to grab the ball, which is way down by the touchline. Sam Lowe getting a bit of an extra warm-up down there. You'll see him enter the screen on the left-hand side in a second. Here he comes. And I'll probably go to 3 in the line out here. Rickard Daniel back in the forwards. He's a bit of a chameleon. And just gets his hand on it, taken by Holman. Out to Eves, who throws it wide. Oh, high pass there by Noah Kazarine, but well taken by Salter. Good contact out there, but great hands by James Holman. And Matthew Noble gets bundled down. And we've got some offside play out in the middle. That was that player who shot up onto James Holman there and put him under a lot of pressure. So Taroona will have another penalty. 2 down already in less than 2 minutes. And Salter again will kick for the corner. Just clears the heads of Burnie, and now Taroona will have a line out about 15 metres out in attack. I want to do a little bit better than the last one. But Daniel was only really just able to get a hand on. And I want to bring this down and give themselves a good attacking opportunity. Low with the throw, and well taken there by Harrison. And Taroona pile on the drive here. There's not going to be any stopping with this one. And they're at the line, 2 metres out. Who's got the ball? No, it comes out to Eves. Throws it, Kazarine takes it. Gives it back inside to Salter, who wasn't ready. Noble around the outside. Oh, and the flick pass there from Dewindham goes forward. Unable to find Noble. So good defence there by Burnie to stop the attacking line there from the Taroona backs. And the kick comes through. Dewindham needs to hit that and doesn't, and knocks it on. And it's a great effort there in the kick chase by Langy Via, vice captain for Burnie. And that ball just didn't bounce on for Dewindham. Didn't quite read the bounce on that, and so in his attempt to gather it has knocked it on and given Burnie a chance to clear. Thick grass out here. Ball's not going to bounce so hard. Hard read on that one, and this stupid shaped ball that we play with, who knows where it's going to bounce. So great work defensively from Burnie to be able to stop that big drive down in the far corner from Taroona. Nice to see contested scrums here. So the set's on, and who's going to dominate? Very good even scrums there. Griffiths with the ball, manages to get it out and finds Foliaki. And some good passing going out wide. The chip's on, and in the end, taken nicely in the line there by Taroona. And they managed to clear. And the kick down from Eves. Not sure if he was back inside his 22, but that ball is in goal and has not gone out. So we'll see a line dropout. Second one of the day. This is a new rule for those watching at home. The line dropout happens when, in a number of situations, but particularly in this case, team kicks the ball into their own or into their opponent's in goal, and that opponent touches the ball down. It's no longer a 22 dropout, it's a line dropout. Now the line dropout can be taken anywhere along the line from between either touch line, but it must travel 5 metres. So it's an interesting kick there, and taken over there by Blowfield. Nice tackle. Topawata gets over that ball and steals it. No, almost able to steal it. And Taroona pick and drive. All taken there by, I think, Eves. No, not Eves. Taroona player falling over. Andreessen goes to Kazarine. Ball coming back inside to Bird, who's hammered in the tackle by Sione Lehau. And a penalty again to Taroona. So a lot of penalties coming against Burnie. And Taroona making good use of phase ball. Daniel steps off his right foot, gets around the tackle of Topawata and gives Taroona another opportunity. So Taue running in. Eves looking to the right. Some offside play, I'd say, down there. And so close to the line. Taroona still with possession. So ball comes wide. Kazarine looks for someone. He's got Loper out there, but no one to help him. And now the wrap's on. Interesting option by Kazarine to chip through. And he's overcooked it. So we'll come back for the penalty advantage. It's a long way back. It was a good wrap here from Kazarine. He needed to hit the line here, and he had 4 players outside him and 2 defenders. And the kick was not a bad option, but well read too back there by the winger from Burnie, who was all over that. So Taroona have decided they're going to have a shot. Good option this early in the game. Put some points on the board. Through the boot of Salter. Very attractive compression socks on the calves of Ed Salter there. Only surpassed by our referee's version. And the kick's good. So Salter puts Taroona up 3-0. Nice strike there from Salter. Oh, it was a good kick chase last time from Burnie. I'll just double check. I've got Eva Murphy is the kicker here in the number 38. So listed as playing at inside centre. He's going to kick to the left this time. It's a nice bit of height on it. It's going to sit up there. James Holman's under it, and he's not the man you want to be fielding that kick. Breaks the first tackle, struggles with the next one. And now Lopa's got it. Towie's got it. Gives a nice pass out to Andreessen. Great tackle in there by Samisi Pomona. He's that winger. Just watch a nice boot to the head of Noah Kazarine there. From the foot of Soni Foliaki. And Taroona move it to the midfield. And they're going to look to the right of the field. They'll probably chip in here. It's a nice kick again from Kazarine. Well weighted, doesn't go out all the way down. Noble just really needed to slow down a little bit there and put the pressure on. There was no one there to support the fullback, Kinema of Burnie, but he got away with it with some nice footwork to get around the tackle of Noble and get his team back on the front foot. Nice hit there on Topawata. And Burnie run to the blind side, just picking some phases. The penalty there for no arms in the tackle by the look of it. Brett Bentley goes through on that ball. Ed Salter gets his hands on it and knocks it backwards. So there's an advantage here to Burnie as well. And a nice bump off. Now Pomona with a bit of space.
Yeah, go boy.
And Burnie just pushing passes here. They had Taroona in a bit of disarray. And just throwing their passes every single time. They need to just settle a little bit, I think. But Taroona a bit of ill discipline at some of those breakdowns with hands in the ruck there. And we'll see Murphy kick for touch. Although maybe he's a sneak. Might look for a quick tap. It's a good kick. So Murphy puts his team further in attack. And Burnie will throw into the line out. Saw often this was the case. The number 8 for Harlequins last year was throwing into the line out, and here we see Topawata, the captain, also throwing into the line out. Holman unable to get up there, and Bentley takes the ball. Ball goes wide, finds Foliaki. And the inside ball there to his running teammate. Doesn't find his hands. And is dropped cold in midfield. So Burnie's first real attacking opportunity, and they throw it away. First scrum we had was a very even affair. Both teams meeting each other solidly and no team giving any ground. See here now Taroona with a scrum opportunity. And Eves gives Daniel a bit of a tap, and there's an advantage to Taroona. Solder goes into contact. Good driving through the tackler, and a quick ball from Holman to Kazarine. Just holds it up there, and we've got another penalty for offside. So that will be about penalty number 6 here. And we've got a man well down in midfield here for Burnie. I think it may be Alif Sahirman. And he's not in a good state. There's definitely some concern out there. So Taroona player Eves is there, I think first man on the scene, and is just holding his head. So there's some definite concern here for that player down in midfield. Didn't see what happened. Must have been in a rough, no, from the scrum. Maybe not done so well coming out of that scrum. So hopefully we don't have too much of a problem here, but we may be in for a little bit of a wait. So just pause our commentary for a little while. And get back hopefully to the action as soon as we can get this player off the field and hopefully taken care of.
Just hold it there until the play resumes.
Thanks, mate.
Probably all right.
up everything, go to the other side. Pick up everything, we're playing that side.
Wait for an ambulance.
Oh, yeah, we've got to wait. What do you want to do? Yep. You're going over there.
Hang on, wait up, Sam.
So apologies just for the disruption. Player Alif Zeerman, who was injured in that scrum, is still on the field and just awaiting an ambulance for him. So the match will be continued, but we've just turned around and fortunately we have a second field that we can use. So teams are going to be running seemingly in the opposite direction. Taroona will now be running left to right on the screen, but they'll have the sun at their backs, so they'll be running the same way. Lovely little dance, thank you to Sam Loper out there. So we never like to see injuries happen in rugby, particularly like this. It's a unique part of our sport, and unfortunately sometimes things go wrong. I really just hope that the player's okay. He's being well supported, and he's off. I guess the matching. He's got someone out there to support him and help his neck too. So fingers crossed that all's okay, and an ambulance can get here quickly. So Taroona have the penalty. and Salter will kick to touch. So it's going to be hard. It'll be interesting to see which of the two teams are able to get back into the play a little bit more effectively after that disruption. Be tough for Burnie, knowing that one of their own is down and injured, but we'll see how they play through that. So Lowe with the throw. 19, and the throw goes to Harrison, who takes it nicely. And Taroona now with the rolling maul, but it's gone to ground. Well done at the front there by Bentley in the number 10, surprisingly, to take that ball down. Oh dear, just big jumble. Well, it's a bit of a scuffle there between Burnie's captain, Topawata, who Topawata and Salter. Salter just didn't really like a little bit of a late contact on it. There was nothing in it. But we also don't like to see a team's captain faking punches on the field. So need a coach to just get in his ear and tell him to pipe down a little bit. All right, so disarray there from Taroona in that phase. And we'll see Burnie now with the scrum, and they win that nicely. Griffiths now with the pass, just puts his fly half on the back foot there, but they get the ball out quickly. Taroona's backs up very slowly, and Burnie all over that. Great work from Pomona with the chip, but it's taken in back play by Bird, and he's bundled over the touchline. So great work by Burnie there. Good transfer of ball out to the wing. Looking dangerous out there. And the line out to Burnie. Sun starts to shine. A little bit of drizzle happening, so the ball's just going to be a little bit slick. And that line out's not straight, so like we've got that wind blowing a little bit harder now too. Any line out throw that's not thrown nice and solidly is going to be affected by that wind. And disappointment for Burnie. Taroona will get an opportunity here to exit their defensive end. Got a few good kicking options in this back line. Kazarine's got a good boot. Salter also, and we'll also trust Matthew Noble at fullback to give the ball a good roost every now and then if needed as well. So ball comes to Kazarine, and they decide not to. He goes wide to Noble, who manages to get it over the head of the winger back here and rolls it into touch, but it's outside the 22. Just a rotten bounce there. Good cover in the end there by Hokanima in the number 15. But the ball just didn't bounce for him and ended up rolling out. So lucky for Burnie, another 3 metres forward, and it would have been a line-out throw to Taroona with that 50-22 rule that we saw happen with the first kick of the day in our reserve grade competition. And another terribly crooked throw there, but the referee thinks it's okay. He's right. And nice little chip kick across there. And another kick. So Jewindham's back long here, jumps for the ball. He's got quick feet, and he's through the first 2 tackles and dishes it off to Eves. So great work there to recover that ball from Ish Jewindham. Now the ball comes to Salter, goes wide, and he's got Fenny. And Fenny hit with a big hit from Lamita. Whoa! Look out, Aiden. You don't want to go in high against boys like that. And Eves looks, and he's overcooked that too, and it's gone out on the full. We'd love to see those big hits, and Aiden Fenny going in high against the big fellas. He paid the price. So 5 in the line out here. Topawata with the throw. Not been good the last few, although That's a better throw. Well done to Brett Bentley for getting up on that one. Well lifted. And Murphy taking in a great tackle by Rickard Daniel. So Burnie now taking some opportunity to actually hit the ball up. They'll love this strong contact. And the ball's dished off. Lamita again, he's now getting involved. And pops it to Topawata. And Burnie recover and move right. Bentley not quite sure where to go, so he gets taken by Holman. But we've got some offside play out in the middle of the field by the look of it. Something Ed Salter. And some flying tackles out there by Burnie players. Doing a great job chasing, but they've just been a bit too excited here in the ruck and put their hands in it. Very lucky there for Taroona. So Burnie really putting the pressure on those kicks. They're being well covered by Taroona, but the pressure coming from Burnie in those situations is exceptional. So they've come out really wanting to be physical in this game. The size difference between, particularly when you look at the back lines, Burnie back line is much bigger than the Taroona back line. It's somewhere where they might want to start trying to exploit those strengths that they have. And the throw comes from low. Eves gets a messy ball and ducks around and then decides to go back from where he came. And Taroona will now have the opportunity from the ruck to get this ball out. And they pick and drive, they go blind. Good option from low, captain. And got a whistle blown here with another injury. Player from Burnie just on the ground in the way of where that ball was going to come, so decided that we'll blow that up and have a scrum to Taroona shortly once we get back to play. So again, just another bit of a break in play here while one of the Burnie players is seen to. He's getting back up. It's that man, Lamita, who has been very active in the last few minutes. So scrum to be set here. Taroona's ball. They were in possession when referee Graham Reynolds called that ball up. And scrum sets. Eves with the ball in. And Taroona now walking this forward, but Burnie not really budging. Are they going to be able to break them? No, great scrum there by Burnie to hold on. Kazarine takes the ball. Gives a almost suspicious pass forward there. Nice tackle from Topawata on to Salter. Topawata now is starting to get aggressive. Salter's a bit of chirp towards him, and you can see Topawata now is really looking to assert his physical dominance on the game. So not a bad option there. Quick line out taken by Burnie, and very lucky. Number 32 here from Burnie has done a good job to secure that ball. 32 being Lungi Via, and the ball's turned over again. So this game is getting very, very messy very quickly, and it's not even the second half. We've got players down, we've got players dropping the ball. There's some messy aggression, and here's another example. Players flicking the ball around. It's almost like a poor training session. And somehow, somewhere in all of that, there's a penalty to Burnie. And again, we have another Burnie player down in the foreground. It's offside by Taroona in that situation. And Burnie are going for the points. Taroona currently 3 up. That's a good option by Burnie. They've been down there a couple of times, not really had much luck. They're starting to get a bit scrappy, and I think the choice to take 3 out of this would be a good one to draw the scores even.
Who's that? Goldie.
And the kick is good. So we draw even. All right, so here we go, back into it. Scores 3-all. Getting fairly deep into the first half. We've had a few injury timeouts, particularly one while we were on the other field at the start of the game, and that player's still awaiting support. Oh, great pick up there by James Holman on the kick, and he's taken the ground, places the ball back nicely, and Eves is there quickly. Tauo with the ball, but Aiden Fenny can't take it. And now look out, because here's a great opportunity. And Burnie are on the counter-attack. Matthew Noble, he's got some space out here, and he's got pace to burn. Well, he gives the ball back to Andreessen, who bumps off the would-be tackler. And now Taroona Calm to the right. Just a slow transfer of the ball there. Aiden Fenny taking into contact. Eves not sure where to go. Nobody there. Nobody wants to help him out. Just a back line, all standing flat-footed, and now Murphy takes it. So just uncertain play in the back line there by Taroona. Eves took that ball and went forward, and he had 4 guys outside him just waiting there, all standing quite flat-footed. He wasn't sure what to do, and then by the time he gave that ball to Salter was in a position where he wasn't able to get hold of the ball. He's dropped it a few times now. Just needs to gather his thoughts to Salter. He's starting to look more at the opposition and worrying about what they're doing than playing his own game. Just giving Burnie a sniff here. So mistakes from both sides, but someone needs to. Good scrum there from Taroona. Ball's out though. Great work by Topawata to pick that up, and he goes with a wild pass, so more scraggly play. Juindum gets across, just manages to grab Hokinama by the foot. And then Pomona with the dummy and gets around. And we're going to come back again, so more penalties against Taroona. And Topawata says, we'll have some more points, please. So we'll see the ball come to his trusty kicker. In Lungi Via, who has already made 1 penalty goal. And he'll have another shot from almost right in front, around the 40, nearly 40 out, maybe 35. So kick with Via, taking his time, slowing the focus. In he comes, and it's a nice looking kick. And straight over the dot. Salter decides to have a run just to make them think it might not have made it, but it's good. And Burnie go up 6-3. And a quick kick comes from Salter. Goes deep. Hokinamar gets back and covers that. And he kicks out. And the ball hasn't even gone out. And Taroona are waiting. Gee, really well done by Eves to manage to get on that ball. Because Blowfield was expecting him, I think, to get it, and they weren't expecting it to come back in either. Fenny goes around the blind side and gets scragged to the ground. And Taroona now need to look to settle. So Fenny Taue with the ball, gets through the first tackle, drives on. And Eves goes to Andreessen. Just running across field here. Good defence by Burnie to get up wide, and Bird very slow to put that ball back. But unfortunately for Burnie, Foliaki just came over the top, and he's putting his hands in the ball while he's on the ground. So it's good to see Taroona trying to be proactive by attacking in their back line, but they really were running too far sideways there. And just allowed the Burnie defence to get up on them out wide. And shut them down pretty quickly. Seen a couple of good driving mauls from Taroona so far, so it'll be interesting if they look for that here. 20 metres out. Lowe's throwing has been it's been pretty good so far. And we'll see where they'll go here. I'll go to the back to James Holman. I think there was a change then. Oh no, and so yes, bit of disagreement with the referee's decision there, I think, but Burnie did a good job there to confuse Taroona. Great work by Jewington to dodge that. He's got to get back inside now. These Burnie players are really coming in with their hammering tackles, and it's going to unsettle Taroona. They need to return to some good structured play here, but again, they've just knocked it on. And yeah, the aggressive defence of Burnie is just making Taroona lift their eyes up, worried about that defence coming. It's really playing into Burnie's hands. Where will Burnie go this time? They've been very successful when they go out wide. Wouldn't be surprised if they transfer it wide quickly and then go the kick. Quick pass to Griffiths, out to Foliaki, and the wraparound. Two dummy runners in the middle. Well read there by the defence. And though this man, Pomona, he's been very, very dangerous. And they want to stop him because he's getting himself into the game. Now the ball goes finally to ground. And Via comes in to recover. I don't know what he's pointing at, but his pass needed to be better. A very long way away though. Nice hit there from Sam Loper. Now he's the man that Taroona won. There's the size of him, and he wins the penalty as well. I'd love to. Oh, they go the quick tap. And we play on no. Quickly hit the replay on that one. Sammy Loper would love to see that again. Bam! And then he comes around. And he takes him to ground, lets him go, and then grabs that ball. Big hit there. So Sam Loper returning fire on Burnie. Kick from Salter. clears touch. And they'll have another line out. Just see at the front there, Brendan Griffiths goes into the line out there. He's a lot easier to lift than most of the other players, so he's a good option in there. But Bentley just pulling himself out. 5-man line out. And they go to James Holman, but miss him. Loper taps it back nicely. And the ball goes out to Taue, who's smashed by his former teammates. And we like to see this. This game's getting fiery. Just need to be careful with the tackling here, that everyone's trying to wrap their arms. I want to see some dangerous stuff going on. Bird goes into the tackle and finally gets to ground. Well supported. Taue goes past the first one. There's some errant tackles coming now. You see these players, when they go to tackle and leave their feet, becomes quite dangerous. And I'm not sure what happened there. Soldo is looking for someone on his inside and then found him on the outside. And there's no one home for Taroona. Bentley sees it, but his kick doesn't go anywhere near where he wants to. And Harrison just looks up before he catches that ball and knocks it on. So lucky for Burnie there. The tempo's lifted and players are enjoying the contact out here. Griffiths now with the put in the scrum here. They go back. Foliaki doesn't give a great pass there. It's gone backwards. And a nice tackle out on the far side there. But the pop pass is great. And that man again, Pomona. But no, we've got forward out there, so just have another look there. Pomona playing a really nice attacking piece. It's not Pomona, it was Lange, I think, who's dropped that ball as he's hit the ground. It's an amazing pickup by Pomona though in pace. And we're seeing a substitution for Taroona, with Loper going off on the far side, replaced by Ruben McConaughey. A big tackle from Sam Loper, and the penalties led him to need a break. He's got the long walk from the other side around to here. Now Taroona drive forward. And they'll need to use it. Again, like Taroona, their backline don't want to hit this ball up. Their eyes are looking at the defenders. In that case there, Kazarine slowed down, didn't want to hit the line. Bird had his eyes up when he caught that ball, waiting for the tackler. So the pressure from the Burnie backline's defence is really unsettled Taroona. Need to make some good options here and start to chip behind or look for a way that they can turn those those defenders around. Burnie, on the other hand, attacking's been great, but they just keep popping passes at the last minute and not quite being able to make them. So if they can just settle down and not try and force those passes, I think Burnie a good chance of breaking this defence. It's a really, really good scrum there by Taroona. Eves has somehow managed to get his hands on that ball, and in the end, Topawata goes to ground and Burnie managed to recover and again go wide. Via gets around the outside but finally taken into touch. And the quick throw taken by Taroona. Interesting decision to make them come back and do it, even though they've not set a line out. Taroona, though, at least trying something different there to catch the Burnie defence off guard. Probably looking at 4 or 5 minutes of play left. So he goes to the back, taken by Holman, and the ball's popped out. Good ball, and Taroona go the chip this time. That's a good option, and it's from the 50 and into the 22, but bounces the wrong way, and Akinuma's knocked it forward. No, Reynolds says backwards. Great work, Pomona again. He's in this game and really a spark. Ball comes out, Topawata taking in a nice tackle. Good contact. And ball goes wide now. Some big fellas out in the line there for Burnie, throwing people off. Not sure who that was. Ruben McConaughey just manhandled by Lamita. And a really wide ball now goes to Foliaki. They've got space out here, and Taue hits him with a big one. And the turnover comes. Good solid tackle from Hakinima up in the line there on Andreessen. We've got a penalty advantage. More penalties, so penalties in both places for against Burnie. It was a great hit in the middle of the field there. That player doesn't want to get up. Aidan Fenny, I'm not sure whether he's saying, are you all right, or he's saying, stay down. Salter with the kick and finds touch. Taroona with the line out. So their line out throws have been good, but they haven't really been able to do anything from them. Their back line's really not functioning. They'll need to look to their forwards to bring them into this game. So no try scored as yet this half. Our clock's just ticked over the 40-minute mark. I dare say there'll be a few minutes left though. With quite a few injury stoppages. And Burnie throwing their line-up jumpers very early. And again, the kick long from Burnie's good. And the no calls happening. So that'll be half time. What started off on when we had the first 10 minutes on the original field was a pretty light affair. Not a lot of feistiness and not a lot of aggression. And then we moved fields after an injury to Leif Suhirman. And the game really fired up. So Burnie started defending with a lot of aggression, and Taroona, a few of the Taroona players trying to return that favour as well. And the game just getting a little bit feisty. So looking forward to our second half. Just a narrow lead, the narrowest of margins from Burnie 6 to Taroona 3, and we'll be back after the break.
all of that's really jarring. Yeah, like it's not very smooth. So I just have to remind them how. Yeah, that's right. It's like, as long as the kind of stuff that these guys play, it needs to be very lively. Yeah, like, yeah, walk, so I have a helmet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or even having a holding screen that's just yeah, like times like this, yeah. The first time it ever happened,
So after an eventful first half where we've seen an injury and hopefully by the sound of what I've heard, the player who went down with the injury is fine. He's been able to watch some of the stream here, so shout out to you over there. Might not be able to hear us at the moment. If you can, give us a wave. But ambulance is here and sorting him out. And move fields. And yeah, Burnie have just managed to keep their nose in front 6-3. So no try scored as yet. Second half about to start, and Taroona with the kickoff. Practically no wind now. Just been a little bit of drizzle. Taroona will have the sun in their eyes, so some clever kicking. Beautifully taken there by Rickard Daniel. And Taroona managed to regain their kick. Ball goes to Fenny. He looks wide. There's no one there. And again, we're not seeing any arms in that tackle. But deemed okay, and then the ball's turned over and we've got a penalty. So Taroona might be able to get themselves 3 points really quickly here. Or they might have a go at the line. Their line-out's been pretty good. Lowe decides they want to go for maximum points. So Solder kicks for touch, and Taroona are going to have a line-out now. Very deep in their attacking situation. Last time Taroona went to the maul off the line out, Burnie didn't engage, and Taroona were penalised for illegal obstruction. And here we go, ball goes to Holman again. Oh, it's a very crooked throw. Holman reaching out with that big left hand, just able to get his hand on it. So disappointment there for Taroona. Burnie will now have a scrum. Slow start here. Griffiths with the put in. See Eva Murphy coming around the back there. I'd say looking for the kick. Here he is, Murphy with the ball, and he goes the big roost and doesn't find, oh, he does find touch. And ball kept in there, which is a good job by Blowfield. Not a lot of support out there for Noble, and Noble is down. I didn't see what happened there in the tackle. Looks like he's holding his shoulder. But Taroona with the ball, moving into their 22. Ripped out there nicely. And offside. Eves goes with the quick tap. And Burnie are all offside. No one retired the 10. And now we got Daniel near the line with the ball. He must be close. And knocked on. But no advantage for Burnie players being offside. And lots of commentary coming, I think, for people other than me out on the field. So good defence from Burnie there. Quick tap from Eves and darted around. Taroona just telling referee Reynolds that they need some time off for an injury, and then the injured player gets up and says, no, I'm okay, and then he says, no, I'm actually not okay. So Ollie Bird just down on one knee in front of the posts. Looks like Matthew Noble, after going down in that tackle early, is fine. He's up on his feet. Certainly looks like a lot of comments coming from the Taroona players towards Reynolds. They need to be careful, and he's done a great job so far to not engage with those players. Just quickly wait and see what's going on. Bird's fine, and I think we've got a knock-on from Taroona out of all of that. So Burnie with the scrum again. Similar position to the last one not that long ago. So Murphy hasn't come around the short side this time. He's out a bit further. He's got Foliaki inside him, whether they look to go the two passes and look for him to kick, or Foliaki may go for touch. Oh, it's a big drive from Taroona, and Griffiths manages to get the ball out, and he's caught. And the ball, I can't see where the ball is, but gee, Taroona's counter ruck here is good. And they must have got that ball, and it's been held up. So it's a line dropout, and here it goes. It's taken quickly as well. Ball's going to go out, so not the best option there. I think the winger on that far side there, Tongatea, hasn't had a lot of involvement. He's been on the offside of the field for most of the game. Would have loved to have been able to pick that up and have the try line out in front of him. So it's not a bad opportunity, but the kick just didn't sit up for him. Now Taroona with a line out on the side of the field that we can see out in the sun. Just slow timing there. And won by Burnie. Tapawata takes it in, tackled. And Burnie now turned that ball over and will look to run it through the centres. And the fend, very high fend there. So Langi Via has been penalised for the fend, the high fend. He might even get a yellow card out of this. High fend on Salter around the neck area. And that's a yellow card. So we don't see that very often. And Via just gives him a pat on the back. No malice there, but unfortunately he's going to spend 10 minutes on a plastic chair sitting 15 metres away from me. And Taroona now one man up, and they might opt for some points here, although we shall see. Another injury that'll take some time off the clock. And they do opt for the points. Watching a hilarious video of the amazing referee Nigel Owens the other day, where there was a penalty in a situation like this and the player said to him, "Oh, we'll take the points, sir." And his response was, "Well, I can't just give them to you. You'll actually have to kick it." Very hilarious man. Now, Salter with the kick, and he makes the point. So, bit of ill discipline there, sadly, from Lungi Via, and that leads to Taroona getting 3 points and having a bonus player on the field, essentially, for the next 10 minutes. So, 6 apiece. Been an okay start to this half by Taroona. Had any opportunity? Had some good attacking opportunities. They just need to continue with their pressure over the top of Burnie. Murphy with the kick. It's a good one too. Andreessen underneath it. Takes it nicely. Well taken by Pomona. Had a really excellent game as Samisi Pomona. Ruben McConaughey hits that ball in, and it's recovered at the bottom of the ruck. Eves runs it a little bit and then gives it to Taue. And slows it down. So we're looking at dangerous rucking there. Eves goes the quick tap, and no one's really watching. He needs some support. He's got Holman. Does Holman have someone with him though? Yes. And the ruck ensues. I can't see a halfback anywhere though. Eves is somewhere in the middle of that. And Aiden Fenny takes it. Goes through a couple. Nice run. And the ball comes wide to Andreessen again. Oh, stolen. Great work there by the big man, Sione Lihau. And penalty there. See a yellow card here. Blowfield diving off his feet. Putting his hand on that ball. Careful with a high tackle there from Fenny over the shoulder of Brett Bentley. So Taroona now with the ill discipline. Wide pass to no one. And that man I mentioned before, Tongatia, goes to ground. And we'll come back. The call from the referee there was blue 1 was offside. So Aiden Fenny on that penalty tap, chasing backwards, was not onside before he made the tackle on Bentley. Great attacking opportunity here for the Emus. Nice kick from Murphy, puts them down 10 metres out. Have not had a lot of line-out opportunities and not had a lot of success when they have had them. So we'll see what they can do this close to the line. I'd be expecting them to go to the back. No. They'll be going to Griffiths at the front. They can get the ball wide quickly. They're a good shot at this. Holman gets in the way and Lowe's all over it. Nice clean out. Oh no, taken. Wrong. Oh. Bad luck to Burnie there. Called that no release. I think he looked like he had a fair shot at that. So substitution happening here. Anthony Lean comes onto the field and Leon Andreessen takes a rest. Line out right in front of our camera. It's always a nice view to have the camera right down the tunnel at the line out. Yeah, good opportunity to see how straight the throw goes. And again, just throwing them up quite early. I don't know would have been permitted to continue to do that. Oh, some high contact around the head of Towie there, but he was certainly tackled low to start with. I don't think there was any force in it. And some good work there from Taroona coming back this way. Fenny now with the ball again, just in high. And that man, that Furatan Lamita takes him. A solid hit. Oh, Holman nearly loses it, but manages to juggle it and hang on. And Taroona go to the ruck again. They're not making a lot of ground here, so some good defence. So Finney Tower is really wanting to get involved now, getting his hands on the ball. The tackling's exceptional, and Daniel rides that bump and then pushes on. So they'd like to make sure that his teammate can get that ball to ground, and he does. And they want to go wide now. A bouncing pass there. Great little pop pass. Lean to Holman. We'd love to see that. And they've got big overlap here. They really need to use it. Great tackling in the defence. Not held on to. Noble gets to his feet. And we'll go back for a penalty. Again, high tackle over that side. Taroona will kick to the line. Just judging by the gesture of Reynolds, the referee, that what they call the seatbelt kind of tackle, I think. It's over the shoulder. And we're going from one end to the other. Taroona now with the attacking opportunity. So some exciting rugby here, but I'll tell you the most exciting thing is the defence of the Emus. I wouldn't want to be one of those Taroona players out there at the moment. Just getting smashed every time they get the ball. Okay, Taroona wins the ball. They go to Kazarine, standing very still. And there it is, just a... And now Burnie with a counter-attack. Good step inside. Nice tackle by Blowfield. Foliaki hits it up between two players and finally gets to ground. It's exciting end-to-end play. Brett Bentley with the ball goes inside to his captain. And that ball's won there. Penalty advantage holding on. And now Daniel with a step inside. He's away. Oh, just held on to by Bentley. But shrugs him off. Finally, Bentley manages to take Daniel to ground. And Taroona have got some play to the left. But the defence is there. They've got them well covered. Oh, they're pulling that ball out of the ruck there. So more penalties. Great work from Bentley there to ensure that Daniel didn't get away from him. Daniel dragged him about 20 metres along, but eventually managed to get there. So it's 6-all. What are Taroona going to do? No, they go the quick tap. They've got big numbers out here, but the defence is going to get across. Noble goes quickly to the line. He's got Dewington there, but is he over and scored? No. So close to the line. Taroona go wide. James Holman smashed in a tackle and knocks it on. And now we can see some, I don't know what happened over there, but we've got Taroona players down everywhere. Just looking back on the replay, there was a big shoulder onto the head, on the back of the neck there of James Holman, I think. Anthony Lean's down. Matthew Noble's down. And not sure whether we're going to see I didn't know whether a card happened or not. We've got some blood, I think. Not sure if it's Tony Tauta coming across here. There's players down everywhere. What amazing defence from Burnie. Taroona looked like they were on for a sure try, and Noble really needed to use Dewindham on his outside there, but I think he ran so fast Dewindham couldn't keep up with him. I think it's a neck over there. Oh, a head clash maybe. Certainly looks like it's Motu Faifo's come off with blood on the face. I think he was the man who made that tackle out there on James Holman, who now is down. I think there's a head contact. So Burnie are using this as a good opportunity to make a few subs. It's definitely a high contact in that tackle on Holman, but I don't think there's any way for the referee to have picked that up. And Holman was definitely going down low to go for the try, but he really got folded. Oh, again, another break in play while we have some injury time. Okay, I'm not sure over there what's happening. Just await a decision on what's happening over there, whether we need like another head injury for sure. So we'll just pause a little bit here and wait to see what happens. They had that penalty right in front, and they could have taken the goal in the lead. Instead, they did this big tap, and this is what happened. So they'll lose their best player.
Right, surely Dan did score a try. That was many years ago. I wish we had the ref. Yeah, he did say that. like old Dan.
No, it's right across.
Penny.
The only thing with I don't know. The rate said Penny.
Yeah, but that's great. I don't know. You just say something with an accent. Say something close to
How do do?
legit. Just shout something. But just hope it's not mudder.
Daniel? You're going on soon? Penny? Yeah, sick. I told you there's a penny.
What?
There is a penny.
We're losing light here as this game drags on and on and on. So after all of that, I think James Holman is being assisted from the field. Appeared to have been a head clash in the tackle over there, and referee Reynolds had a conversation with the captains of both teams. And I think the result is play. No, Taroona have the ball. I thought there was a knock-on was called, but so it's a scrum to Taroona. Probably Ruing, not. Oh, and they go blind, but Daniel taking in a good tackle and then drops it backwards. Dewinda manages to pick the ball up, and then they come wide, and they go really wide here. New player on the field. That would be Herawini. And they need to get on the outside. Blowfield decides to go back infield and manages to avoid the flying tackle from Burnie player. Vinny Taue runs into contact, makes a few good metres and gets Taroona. No, they're coming off their feet. And we're going way back for a penalty on the other side of the field. And Eves takes a quick tap. Taroona very close to the line. They need to make sure they don't get held up over the line here. And another penalty. And we're going to see a card come out of the pocket here. No. So some silly nonsense happening. I saw Reynolds reach for his pocket. A lot of penalties going on here this close to the line. We've got a yellow card against, I'm not sure who the man being sent is. So, getting really silly in here. And here, Richie, their captain, getting really silly. This is not what a captain should be doing on the field. And the players are getting, it's just getting silly. Someone's going to get hurt. So the man here in the orange boots in the foreground is, I think, just sent for repeated infringements. And Taroona have opted for a scrum. Tapawadu still wants to argue. And having a very heated discussion with the referee. And he's still pointing his finger. So Burnie here with only 7 in the scrum. They've dropped their number 8 off. All right, Taroona. Great scrum there from Burnie. Rickard Daniel goes for the line. He's just short. Eves with a high pass to Kazarine, and he finally Taroona managed to get over. But some great defence. And Tapawadu just wants to go in and fight someone again. Really needs to pull his head in and sort himself out. This guy's allegedly the team's captain, and he's just really causing problems. Reynolds needs to try and do something about it and get him to calm down. But I certainly hope that the game maintains some composure because it's really starting to get out of hand. Both teams. So finally that try came to Noah Kazarine, fly half for Taroona. And Ed Solder will take the kick after he's finished arguing with Reynolds. And kick goes wide, no good. So 5 points now. Taroona just in front. This game's hanging precariously in the balance with Taroona spending too much time arguing with the referee and some of the Burnie players spending too much time arguing and yelling at Taroona. Like to see it settle down. And either team, if they continue to be dealt with. Great little short kick there. Eddington comes under it. Takes it nicely. Topawata can't take him to ground, but drives him back and a good solid hit. And somehow Brett Bentley manages to steal that ball. Great work in the tackle. Ed Solder comes up with a nice hit on Foliaki. And Burnie now on the back foot, but with the ball. Vinny Taue makes the tackle. Looks like a boot to the head. Oh, and Harrison up there called a forward pass. I think a player on the ground down there for Burnie just copped a boot from a teammate. We're going to see something from the assistant referee. Game will just slow down and spend a few minutes waiting. This high impact game. So I'm not sure the assistant referee's discussion with Reynolds hasn't resulted in any changes to the call, so Taroona will have a scrum right in front of us. And good drive here. Again, it's 8. Taroona have got 8 men, and Burnie have done a really good job to lock that up. Flat ball there goes to Heroini. And a quick ball from Eves. Jordan Eddington now on the field. Great ball out to Jewindham, who's got some space. Great contact there, and he's lost that ball. I think he was in touch. And a quick line out comes. Eves is all over that, and we're going to blow it back. And now we've got more players down. Ish Jewindham over the other side there was hit in a good solid tackle. I don't think there are many Taroona players who haven't been hit in solid tackles today. This Burnie team are really, really putting on a show for us. And line out throw comes in. Has been stolen. No, hits the ground. Ball comes wide. Murphy's got it and he kicks. Blowfield can't get his hands on it safely and knocks the ball backwards into touch. Pomona goes the quick line out. We've got a whistle on the other side of the field. It's all getting so confusing. Looks like it must have been a line out issue over there. Taroona maybe too many numbers. And Burnie take the tap in that situation. It's not a penalty, so they can't get a line out by kicking into touch. And now Burnie come to their right. Okinama with the ball. Pomona on the outside. Blowfield mans up on him, but Pomona with the chip. Noble now has the ball, and he looks for some space out wide. And he finds it. Oh dear. The pass from Jewindham is supposed to find Lean, who was not in the right spot. And the ball's knocked forward eventually. And just thank you there to Graham Reynolds for helping out with the cramp. Rickard Daniel saying, help, help. And I like to see that now too. Topawada's just gone in to help and check out if Daniel was all right as well. So it's nice to have had a few more minutes of calmer rugby. Hopefully the teams are both settled down, and some subs happening here. Burnie with the scrum. Brett Bentley out there yelling directions from the field about who to sub and who to come on. I think Moses Moala, who played a great game in reserves, is going to be coming on shortly for someone. Sione Tongatea, I think, has had come off the field. Been replaced by... might be... Okisi. So nice scrum from Taroona. There's still a man up though there. And now Foliaki, I know, it's great running play here from Hakinama, injecting himself into that line. Nice work by Lungi V to free Pomona out, but Callum Blowfield takes him over the sideline. And the only way to tackle that man is around the legs, which is a great option. So now yellow card, I think, for kicking the ball away at the line out. So a stupid play there. I think Brendan Griffiths, ball bundled into touch, and I think he kicked the ball away, which is slowing the play up and wasting time. So really ill-disciplined play there from an experienced player from their club. So it's a shame. And just lets Taroona off the hook for all that hard work. Now Taroona with the line out. So I think the substitution there, we'll see number 18 in the front there, Matthew Brocklehurst coming to the front row. Sam Loper has come back on as well. And great work there by Eves to not knock that ball on as he was reaching on the ground, and then just be able to pick it up and hand that up to Rickard Daniel, who's had a cracker of a game at number 8 for Taroona. Nice chip over from Salter, but it's well fielded by Burnie, and now they'll come back on the counter-attack. Oh, need to be careful in there, Anthony Lean. And somehow that ball's rolled out, but I suspect there's hands in there. Jordan Eddington on the bottom of the ruck. And this game is really a ping-pong game from one side to the other based on ill discipline and penalties. And that ball's not made it out. Blowfield takes it, finds Eves, who kicks it and needs to chase. And he does, but this stage of the game, it's pretty slow. And then that ball gets kicked straight back to Salter, who kicks, but he's hit the turf and rolled it into touch. which is lucky because he wasn't chasing and he didn't have anyone else on his team chasing onside quite a while. So a nice little banana kick there from Ed Salter. Still a lot of time left. Plenty of time for Burnie to put on a converted try and hit the lead again. Game's just calmed down a little bit in the last little while, so referee's words have obviously worked, and the kick comes. Ball bounces for Blowfield, and I say we're going to say a penalty against Taroona here for something. Not sure what. Offside. Again, ill discipline is going to be the winner of this game. I think whoever can maintain their discipline for the rest of the game should be able to win it. And at this stage, neither team's really showing an ability to do that. But here we have Burnie, I think, under a penalty advantage for some more offside play from Taroona. No one wants to tackle Lamita low, and he makes a really good run. Salter now needs to roll away. He does. And the ball goes to Topawada, who takes it in, and Brett Bentley now is playing halfback. Oh, all the Burnie players want that, and unfortunately, no good, but we'll come back for the penalty from offside quite some time ago. And Bentley taps it and goes. Good solid hit, but a great work. I think that might be Daniel Ifo who's come on that far side. And ball's now been stolen by Taroona. If they can keep it away from the sideline, they'll be able to clear. Ball goes to Loper. Now Andreessen, who did have a rest and is now back on the field, takes the ball. Salter, yeah, good option to hang on to that. Murphy was up really wide. Some great contact out there by Heroini, but good tackling. Quick ball coming out. Rickard Daniel can't hang on to it. He knocked it on and did get his foot onto it before it hit the ground, but everyone wants a break. Now there's some wrestling going on in the middle of the field. Topawada is in amongst it again. I think they're trying to get a sub for Burnie out here. I think that'll be, is it Murphy coming off or Langi Via? We've seen a red card. Red card for Via. There must be 2 yellows. And that's it for him, so that's the day. Burnie will play the rest of the game. 1 short. Well, they're actually 2 off at the moment because Brendan Griffiths is there too. Interesting. Again, Taroona opting to go to the line. 3 points there would put them 8 up, which is more than a converted try, and the kick's no good. So mistakes that get made in these situations can cost the game. And here comes the ball. That's yours, Marcus. Just decision making there. I think a penalty goal would have been the option there for Taroona, and again they've neglected to do it. We'll see Eva Murphy's come off as well. He's had a really good game, has Murphy. Oh, not a very straight throw. Gee, lucky there, Taroona. Okay, ball goes to Kazarine. Taroona now kicking the ball deep with 2 extra players on the field. And that's a nice kick. Blowfield and Noble need to get back and put that ball down. Now, I wonder if Eves is aware he's got to kick this ball 5 metres. It's not like a 22-metre dropout where you can just do a tiny kick to yourself. You do need to kick it over that 5 metre mark. And I'm sure Ed Solder's thinking, oh, do I have to kick the ball from here? He'd love to be able to crack this down the field, but at this point in time, it's pretty tough. Sore legs. Oh, gee, and doesn't even get it outside the 22, but the ball bounces their way. Oh, very lucky. And Jordan Eddington dishes it off to Eves. Goes right. Cops one over the shoulder, but looks okay. Yeah, no. Just a lazy high tackle there. Now Taroona should slow it down, go for the line out, I think, and get their way out of here. Again, Burnie just need to keep their discipline. They're still in this game, even though they're 2 players down. They just need to get their hands on the ball and maintain their discipline. Lean now receiving that ball, goes to Eves. Ball comes wide. Solder steps back in and just finds a Kinema. Oh, stolen. What a great play. Unfortunately, ripped out there. Unfortunately for Burnie, ripped out. And a great opportunity there and good choice there for Taroona to kick that ball forward. But it's gathered by Akisi and he kicks it nicely. Taken by Eves. He's got players inside him. No one for Burnie chasing that kick. And big Patrick Fay goes for the smash, but isn't able to hit the player. And, oh, look, there's some great play around the outside from Taroona. And eventually a really, really tired Burnie, who are 2 players down, aren't able to defend around there. And I just lose sight of it, but Ed Salter wraps around there and gets the try. It was Towie who helped him out there and got that ball quickly. Number 36, Lee Jordan, after playing a nice game earlier in the day in reserves, can't quite get there to make the tackle. And Ed Solder puts on a 5-pointer. So some eventual reward there to Taroona. And this ball will be kicked by Noah Kazarine this time. Edward Salter looks like he's coming for a rest. Not sure if maybe he's just coming to have a chat. Left-footed kick here from Kazarine. Falls quite short. And that will see the score stay at 16-6. So 10, maybe a little under 10 minutes to go. Again, we've had quite a few stoppages. Yellow card player Brendan Griffiths is back on the field, but Burnie will still be a player down for the rest of the match, with Langy Via, their vice captain, receiving 2 yellow cards. I'm not sure what the second one was for. The first one was can't remember what the first one was for either. Okay, Eddington goes. Scott Andreessen. Blowfield does a good job there to get to ground quickly, in light of there being 2 rather large Burnie tacklers right in front of him. Anthony Lean now warming into the game. Eves quickly now, he's darting around. Oh, manages to duck back inside the tackle. Daniel Fa'ifo with a big hit on him. And Eves is back up. This man's a little rubber band. Jordan Eddington's been busy since he's come on, but that pass is not very good. Noble unable to take the ball along the ground, fair enough. And Taroona now with their tails up, looking to spread the ball wide and punish Burnie out in those wide stretches, given that they've only got 13 players. And there's players down again. We've got a couple of front rowers having a rest. So Finney Taue, who's played very well in his first game for Taroona. You'll see him about to appear on the screen. And Sam Loper just making their way to this scrum. And the scrum ball here now to Burnie. Quick pass back, they go wide, they need a try. Lowfield hangs off. Nice work, and Akisi taken there by Noble. But good attacking play from Burnie. Burnie looked for the short one. Great defence there from Eddington, getting up quickly. And that's Daniel Fa'ifo, again played a full game earlier today for Burnie in the reserves. Eves putting the pressure on at the ruck. And still there, he's draws the knock on. And now Taroona have got some space. Noble will like to get out wide. He goes the kick, but it's well read by Moala. Ball just held up for him. Oh, good hits from Heroini there. And really got to get out of there. Not doing a good enough job, I think. Kazarine lucky to not be penalised. And Lean comes in with a good solid hit onto Topawata. Lamita with the ball. Pushes it around the outside. Daniel steals it. And now Taroona with the turnover. They've got... Yeah, the blind side's the way to go. And Scott Eves gets through. Noble cops a hand across the chest, but manages to get the offload away. They need to be quick here. And Taue comes in there just a few metres short of the line. Eves has just had a blinder at halfback for Taroona. Really great pickup for them this year. And then now the ball's lost there by Lopo in the tackle. And that gives Burnie an opportunity to escape. Again, players down everywhere. It's a torrid first game of the season for everybody, and certainly the bodies will be suffering over the next few days. So scrum time. And a good drive, but well done, Burnie. They've done really solid in the scrum. Great one from Brendan Griffiths. He's had a bit of a rest, so he should be... did the right thing there too. He was looking for support, and he could hear him, but just unfortunately couldn't hit him with the pass. It might be turned over there. Unfortunately there for Burnie. Did a pretty good job of getting in there, I thought, but not able to make the turnover legally, and Taroona take the kick. We must be full time here. And Taroona grind out a 10-point win here at Rugby Park today in a very eventful match. We've seen quite a few cards. Unfortunately, Langi Via from Burnie ended up with a red after receiving, I think, 2 yellow cards. So disappointing for him. A few other, another yellow card to Brendan Griffiths, but it's a pretty heated affair at times, and at other times, really great spirit between the two clubs. Very close match until maybe the last 20 minutes, where Taroona were able to just keep it together better than Burnie to be able to put on a couple of late tries and score some points at the end there to come ahead. So fantastic day here today at Rugby Park, both with women's and men's matches. And that'll be a wrap up for today, but we'll see you back next week wherever we shall roam.